not the carpenter, the son of Mary, the brother of James, Joseph, Judah, and Simon, and are not his sisters here with us? So they were offended at him. See, as soon as Jesus begins to teach, the devil begins to work on their perception. He came with his disciples, right? He came teaching in wisdom. What did it say? He began to teach in the synagogue. And many hearing him were astonished, saying, where did this man get these things? And what wisdom is given to him? And as soon as Jesus begins to teach, the devil begins to work on their perception. Look at him. The carpenter boy. Look at the barber. He want to tell you something. Look at TK. He got his suit on. Got your beard back this week. Oh, yeah? Oh, y'all don't think the devil play with people's mind like that? They never say it with their mouth. You think the enemy play with people's mind like that? We've been in many churches overlooking people because they ain't got the look.
That's right.
Amen. We done heard many words from God, sizing up the person, giving us the word, because they ain't got the look.
Come on.
Well, Paul said, I ain't come at you with excellency in speech.
Come on.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
I came in the power of God. Jesus is coming in wisdom, and the enemy's working on their perception. Mm-hmm. Y'all, every time we get a visitor, you know what the devil's job to do is? To work on their perception. Look at the little room in here. Look at that. That's why we got to be so on point and in tune and tapped in with our praise and with our worship, because that's how the enemy works on people. It ain't them, it's the enemy. I don't want them to, y'all, the enemy don't want people to join. So he gonna do everything in his power to stop that from happening. And it starts with the perception. We got to make sure that we're exemplifying Christ to the utmost. Is this not the carpenter, the son of Mary, the brother of James, Joseph, Judah, and Simon? What does that have to do with the fact that he's flowing with wisdom and revelation? What does that got to do with the fact that he's flowing with wisdom and revelation and feeding and teaching? Just like the widow with the jar of oil, he wants them to only see Jesus through their natural eyes so he can rob them of the full manifestation of the supernatural. Just like with the widow. I only want you to see Jesus as this carpenter dude. We only want you to see Faith on Fire as a bunch of nice people. They nice. Oh, they got peace and blessings now. Peace and blessings. We don't want you to see that worship for what it is. We don't want you to see that prayer for what it is. We don't want you to see those prophecies for what they are. That word for what it is. Because it is the very thing that you're overlooking that's going to bring about deliverance for your whole household. Yes. For your spirit, man. Yes. In the supernatural. He wants them to overlook Jesus like the widow almost did with the jar of oil. Now, what are you overlooking right now? What are you overlooking? He wanted to rob them of the full manifestation of the supernatural. Watch this. Look at verse 5. Now, he could do no mighty work there, except that he laid his hands on a few sick people and healed them, right? Them in italics. And he marveled because of their unbelief. Then he went about in the villages in the circuit teaching. Jesus couldn't do a mighty work there because they only saw him as a carpenter. And because they only saw him in the natural way, they were offended that he was full of the wisdom of God. They allowed their perception to rob them of the mighty works. That's why the scripture said that. The scripture said he could do no mighty work there, except that he laid hands on a few sick people and healed them. Them, the ones that saw him the right way. Right. The mighty work, the enemy hindered the mighty work. Cool. You get your couple people crying for prayer, cool. Some of y'all, God been wanting to do a mighty work in for so long, and you're so caught up in the perception of what Christianity is, so caught up in the perception of what this is all about, so caught up in the perception and not even viewing the pastor as the man of God that he's given to you, not viewing the worship leader as the person that God has given to you, the prophet, the ministers. this opportunity is what God's given to you, and you get a few hands laid and a few sick things done, come on, chest, come on, cold, come out right now. Cough the cold up, right? Spit that out, that's fine. And I was mad and da-da-da-da-da, and I had a good service, but the mighty work, the work that's going to change you and get you moving in the kingdom, the mighty work that's going to unlock the resources that the ministry needs that's supposed to come through you, he want to hinder the mighty works by the way you look at and view church and his people. That's why we can sleep. That's why we can be on the phone. That's why we can text. That's why we can be uninterested and wonder why God ain't doing nothing mighty in your life. Anybody can pay bills, y'all. I'm unimpressed. Let me be clear. I'm unimpressed. The people that are not saved pay their bills just fine. Come on. I'm unimpressed with the bill paying. That's right. And the car notes. That's not me. I'm unimpressed with the house. I done seen plumbers with houses so big. I'm being honest. I done seen people that just work good jobs with good money management with some of this worldly stuff. What I'm talking about is peace. What I'm talking about is supernatural manifestation. What I'm talking about is yokes being broken off of people. What I'm talking about is people coming out of homosexuality and lesbianism. What I'm talking about is people unlocking the resources of the kingdom. All this other stuff, I'm unimpressed with. But we don't perceive those things as the things. That's why we treat church like it. Just gotta get to work. Amen. How has the enemy robbed you of the mighty works? Because you don't see church for what it is. Come on, stand to your feet.